What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. So let's waste some time and get it started. The end is never the end. The end is never the end. Okay.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
This music fine.
Was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
All these doors are locked.
Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment.
Yeah. Clicking on everything. I don't care. Are they fixing the roof or not? No, just because of that, I'm gonna click on everything. Get annoying.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
It's just white? No, okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oh, a door can open.
Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Got it.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Okay. We're going down an elevator. So this is what happens when we just follow his rules. Next time, I think I might go the other direction. Like, I'm not gonna follow whatever he says. I don't even know. Bro, what is this?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Bro. Nah, you know what? I know y'all see this big escape too. I'm getting out of here. Nope, I'm out.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
I think he's lying, guys. I can't lie. I actually think he's lying.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Oh, he might not be lying. Oh. I mean, we here now, but I mean, yeah, whatever. All right, let's go. Am I dead? Did I die? I don't know what happened. It just went blank. Like, I survived that. Oh no! I'm on an elevator.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story.
I just started the game, bro.
Narrow
Please.
vision of what this world is.
Bro, I'm sorry.
Perhaps his death was of no great loss.
I'll go back.
Plucking
I'm
the
sorry.
eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned
No.
and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life.
I'm about to get flattened like a pancake. No. No. What?
Farewell, Stanley,
A
cried
woman.
the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
The Stanley parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
I'm in a simulation. Button sounds. Okay. It's a literal museum of all the stuff in the game. Warzone. You guys, if you want to, take a screenshot, read that. I'm not going to. It's announcements. What is it? Narrated emails. Oh, so that's the guy. So his name really is the narrator. Okay. Three, two, one. Huh? Wait, what? This makes no sense. Okay. I feel like I'm not supposed to be here yet. I don't know. I just somehow got here. Okay. Contraption. What? Narrator outtakes. What?
Now then, this elevator for sure will get him right back on track to where he was supposed to be in the story. Stanley jumped in the river.
What? Oh, wait. Bro, where am I supposed to go? Up there? My Stanley's office. This is my... Oh, the exit was right here. Stanley parable.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
The Stanley parable. On, off. Well, I mean, there's only one choice to get out of here, and it seems like only idea.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
No.
No.
What are you talking about?
Sometimes these
What,
things
me and the
cannot be
narrator?
seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Turn off your Xbox. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you.
Okay. The game told me to turn off my Xbox. As soon as I unpause this game, I'm about to get crushed. And I can't lie. I'm not about to turn off my Xbox. So we're going to have to get crushed. Hey, whatever happens next, I might have to blur. But, hey, it is what it is. Let's see what happens.
Don't let...
I got crushed. Bro, I just died for real. Okay, that's like my first time ever dying for real in this game. Yo, I thought the narrator was gonna kill me. So like, I mean, it was a different narrator though. I don't know who that was. I restart? Oh, that's crazy.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Nah.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
And it all starts over again. Okay. New content.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
So because I died, there's new content? Okay, the end is never the end. The end is never the end. The end is never. Why is there baby music? Oh, no, that's the
Hello,
Stanley Parable.
and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Okay.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Okay.
Okay, so far it's...
I don't know how we got here.
Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
What?
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
It's only time me and narrator get along is this.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if the... Oh, okay. Let's see the content.
Yeah.
Give me the content, Stanley.
What?
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
I can jump. I don't wanna... I can't jump outside? Okay. But what happens if the counter goes all the way down? Yeah, we jumping. I mean, we can't jump outside. Oh, okay.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait.
Exactly,
there's more.
Bro. Stop yapping.
Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is. That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
He didn't even give me a choice. He just reset the game. Alright. Well, looks like we're resetting the game, boys. Let's see. Anything new, or... That can't be it. Gotta be more to the game, for real. What? This is not the original game. Coffee nut and there's a screwdriver. Okay. I trust him. I trust the narrator on this one. Okay? Because there's literally nothing. I don't even want to see what's at the top of the staircase, so I'm gonna go through the vent, whatever.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it.
Bro,
just
are we about to do
an
Elden Ring boss? Coming soon, by the way. But what is going on?
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap Xbox port? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something.
True.
Oh, the waste.
$1 bill. Take that. Go outside. Don't play for 5 years. Oh. Unachievable. It's supposed to get this achievement. Why would you put it as an achievement? Okay. That's kind of crazy, though. These beans? Rocks?
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now.
Hey, I never played the original, bro,
husk
so I don't know.
with an hour of new elevator content.
Original? Memories on maintenance. Can't go through there. Original. The original remake.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the Xbox. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise.
I have to go over there. What, this? Back over here.
These were simpler times, Stanley.
I knew it.
But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the Memory Zone before.
Huh?
What's this? What's down here? Oh no, oh God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they? Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining.
You're kind of annoying.
Funny? I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Not recommended.
Okay, let's see what this one says.
This one says recommended.
While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with.
Like real people.
You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered. What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening.
I mean,
I wish there was a
spitting facts.
A skip button. Well,
yes.
Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt.
Yes, you're yapping way too much.
Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Okay.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations.
He's yapping.
Well, there's sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over.
Yapping. You're yapping.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes.
Ooh.
It's not unendurable by any means, but well, there's really only so much I can...
Hey,
Stanley,
stop yapping.
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
12 hours?
You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really true.
Yep.
Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with.
Stop yapping, bro.
And you'd think that's just how... Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had...
All we have is a skip button. Ow. Ow. No, skip. Ow. Oh, the smoke detector. No. Skip.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes?
He doesn't get it.
They
He's
screamed.
So
they
much.
gnashed their teeth and said, "Entertain us." It wasn't...
Yapper.
end is never
He's saying the thing.
Is never the end, 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 is never the end.
Well, what am I supposed to do? Oh! Skip. It'll get better. Maybe. Bro. Get out. I can't get out yet. Okay. A little bit more skipping. Wait. Is this how you escape? Oh, yo. Bro, it's like getting infected. What? Bro. Oh, nah, bro. Skip. Bro. What the? Oh, is this about to become a horror game? Nope. Oh! Get out. Ow. Oh. We waited so long. We skipped so much. The desert, it's literally turned to a desert. There's so much water. I'm out. Hey, I think we skipped. That's the right thing to do. I mean, we've been skipping our whole time. Oh. The end is never the end. The end is never the end. The end is... So that's the meaning of it. Because we left him for so long. Oh, okay. End is never the end. The end is never the end. The end is never the end. The end is never the end. What now? We're back. Okay. Alright, guys. I think we're just gonna have to end it off like that, bro. This is my first time playing this game, and we already got that far deep into the game. So, next time, we're going to not follow any of his rules. Anything he tells us, we're not listening. A single word he tells us. Nothing, bro. We're wilding. Alright, but anyway, I'll see you guys next time. And maybe the Stanley Parable too. So I'll see you.